It's 7 a.m. from Fox 35. This is Good Day Orlando.
In the real estate world, Florida led the nation last month in an astounding rate of all-cash home sales. We're talking 66% of all the sales were cash deals. That has the state of Florida, at the top of the nation there, and has us asking, who's doing these deals? Joining us this morning is Andrey Bustamante with Bustamante Real Estate. Andrey, good to see you. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Hey, thanks for the opportunity, John. Glad to be here.
Let's start with the basic question here. Who is doing these all-cash deals?
Well, primarily it's institutional buyers, also known as hedge funds. They've been in our market now for about 1.5 to 2 years, and they've been buying up everything that they can get their hands on.
And when you look at the numbers, not only is Florida out on top, but Orlando is certainly on the top there. But no one else is even in the realm here, are they?
Correct. Well, pretty much what's happening now is that Florida actually leads the nation in all cash transactions at 66%. The nation as a whole is roughly about 50%, and we've been hearing this in the news lately, but 66%, Florida leading the nation is incredible.
And some of the buyers, I know the Orlando Sentinel recently did a story on this, and they said some of the buyers are being shut out because sellers only want to sell to a cash buyer. So what's it mean for the first-time buyers out there, or any buyers?
Well, to be honest, buyers have had a really hard time lately because they've been competing with all cash buyers with little to no contingencies whatsoever. But that's all drying up because these investors are actually pulling out of our market, and they're heading out into the Carolinas, they're heading out into Georgia. So buyers, as long as they're armed with a good lender and a good real estate expert, they should start to see things better. However, prices have gone up to a certain point, and as well as interest rates rising to a point where it's a little bit harder for them to afford the home that they once could.
I'm curious about what you just said, though. They're pulling out, those the cash buyers, the hedge funds are pulling out of Florida, going to the Carolinas. That says to me that Florida has now gotten more expensive. Carolina's still cheap. So what happens in the future? Are prices going to keep going up here, or what's going to happen once they start trying to sell these back?
That's a great question. Real estate is all about supply and demand. And right now, the much needed demand that we needed about 1.5 to 2 years ago, the investors came in and pushed it. But with the prices where they're at right now, the investors are not being able to yield the returns that they want from the rental market. So of course, they're going into other markets. So being that it's all about supply and demand, we're actually starting to see inventories rise. The market is stabilizing. So long term, we're going to see the market just kind of stabilize, and perhaps we'll probably even see it decline a little bit more.
Interesting. Andrey Bustamante. You hear him on the radio. You see him everywhere. Bustamante Real Estate. What's your website, by the way, Andrey, in case people want to check you out?
AndreyBustamante.com.
All right. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for the opportunity.